Welcome and Demrada to today's Sabassembler, guys. Welcome back to Grimlock unboxing number 2. Today we're doing the review for my last Grimlock live unboxing video. If you haven't watched it already, all my fellow Sabassemblers, welcome back. And I'm sure you guys, or a lot of you, would have already watched my live unboxing of the XM Studios Grimlock, one of the most phenomenal statues of the year, maybe even the statue of the year for me at the moment. And guys, just before we get started, if you're planning to get the statue, don't wait till the end of this video. Go out and order the statue now, because you definitely won't be disappointed. Trust me, go out, order it now. Don't wait till the end of the video, order it now. This statue is insane, guys. Okay, welcome. Let's continue with the video, but please don't forget what I said, guys. This statue is fucking insane. And okay, as if you're new to my channel, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button, and definitely don't forget to hit subscribe. We're trying to get the 1000, and please, every subscriber counts. Thanks, guys, and I support everyone. I appreciate everyone's support, and thanks. And let's continue with the review. And if you haven't already watched the live unboxing, thanks again to King from K.O.S Statues. Thanks for your support on that video. I really appreciate it. And I'll leave a link to the live unboxing video, and you'll definitely enjoy that video. And please don't hesitate, just look at the video. And if you already have this video, if you already have this statue and you need a little help with the unboxing, just take a look at that video. Okay, let's get back. And okay, we have Grimlock here. This thing is just insanely huge. I knew this was going to be a big statue, or a huge statue, but trust me, what I have in front of me here just tops everything. This statue is just phenomenal. Trust me, I was really blown away. And if you are still waiting for yours to come, I just want to warn you before, when you assemble this statue, trust me, this is a two-man job. Putting the statue together alone is a risk. That I did it alone, I managed, but trust me, you want to have someone to help you. To be on the safe side, please ask a friend or whoever to help you put this statue together. Trust me, every one of these pieces are really solidly built. I have like one of the switch out arms right here in front of me, and the statue is huge. And we'll do more details on that later on, okay? And let's start with the beginning, guys. XM Studios Transformers line, it has been one of the best XM Studios lines out there, in my opinion. Up to now, I have all of the Transformers that have been released up to now, starting from Optimus Prime, Megatron, Starscream, and Bumblebee. And up to now, wow. Up to now, I thought the Starscream was insane and was the best one, and it still is a phenomenal statue. The pose and the size was just wow, just great. But trust me, when you see Grimlock here in front of you, I think this even tops Starscream. Thumbs up to XM Studios, you did a great job. And I said, this thing comes in 2 gigantic boxes, and in the best case, you can push them in front of you, but you can't carry them by yourself, trust me. And you can see that. I was really struggling taking out the pieces or moving the boxes when I was doing the unboxing video. And okay, here I have Grimlock here in the background. In front of here, you can see the transformed version of Grimlock as the T-Rex. The proximity piece right here, that piece is actually really big too, and I'm always surprised how XM Studios gives you these pieces included and they don't sell these separately. And thanks again to XM Studios for that. We really appreciate that, at least I do. And wow. Okay, in the first place, XM Studios Transformers line is always based on the first generation, and they again have done a great job presenting the basic idea, or even more than the basic idea of the first generation character. In this case, we have Grimlock, and just a great piece, and they really managed that again. They have the basic idea added, combined with a lot of kind of modernized looks, for shapes, but immediately you know this is Grimlock, and they did a great job on that too. And the concept is just phenomenal. Great job, and not just great, it's outstanding job. And starting with continuing with the, all the sculpt. Every single screw on this statue is visible. I'll give you some details. Or with it's on the statue or everywhere else, you can see every single screw. It's not just painted on; they're actually sculpted, like on the edges. Even when you look inside on the vents inside here, you can see all the single screws just sculpted in, and they're not just like plain colors. The paint job of these, they painted, you can see accordingly to the weathering of the battle damage, and they do that. You can see that repeating everywhere, even on the arms and in the corners, in between, like in places where you would never actually even look at, or which are hidden from your eyes, but they're still there when you look closely. And all the different shadings and of gray, silver, red, orange, yellow, red, and wow, just great job. And even the base, like you have this huge base. It's, trust me, this whole statue, I always I think that the Hulkbuster was their biggest statue. Trust me, this statue is even bigger than the Hulkbuster, guys. It's definitely even heavier, I'm sure. And even the paint job is probably even better than on the Hulkbuster, because they have done much more shading and more sculpting than on the Hulkbuster for sure. I'm very convinced about that. The base, you have this kind of Cybertronic base with a huge jet, as if a jet or something crashed. You have this huge engine in the back, and when you look inside like that vent, this engine, you have all these different shadings of orange, yellow, as if the fire was still coming out, and you can't see it from there, but I'll give you close-up pictures, and they've done a great job there too. And you have the basic kind of stone base, and even the shadings on that, I think XM did a great job again, or for a change, like for creating the stone. The sculpting is good, but maybe XM still is kind of struggling a little bit with this kind of glossy finish of stone, but still, that's just a small thing. It's not a big issue. And in the back you have also this piece of metal that's fits into the base, and assembling this base is pretty much peanuts. That's not a big deal, but the big work is later on putting the main body of Megatron, to connecting him with the legs. That's a two-man job for sure. And I was actually surprised with how many, with a relatively small number of numbers this statue came. But still, they're kind of, because they're every single piece is heavy. Like, trust me, like sometimes you have statues where you have big pieces, but you can feel that they're not solid pieces. They're inside, they seem to be hollow. But trust me, it's not the case with this statue. This is a very solidly built statue, starting with the base. This base is 100% solid. Like, when you touch it and you hit on it, you tap on it, you can see that every part of this base is solid. Like, there are no hollow pieces in this. Even this huge engine, like, inside, when you hit it, you can feel that it's a solid piece of sculpt. And all the arms, they're huge, these arms. Like one of my arm, like, my hand is just kind of going around halfway almost. But, these arms are just gigantic, and you can feel from the weight and just the way they feel. They're really solidly built, and I'm very happy about that. And even when you look at the hands, just at the joints of the fingers, and you can even see the paint job there, and the sculpt of all the single screws. And trust me, guys, And you have also all over the body, you have these kind of jets or exhausts like on the sides, and on the inside of those again, there's so many different shadings on those. I mean, trust me, the paint job on the statue is no joke. Just like with the, the sculpt, I mean, the paint job has been done equally well, and I'm very happy with the statue. And trust me, if you want to sculpt it, if you want to display this statue, you're gonna need a lot of space. The way I have displayed him now with the shotgun on the left arm and the sword on the right arm, that's the largest possible way to display the statue. It's not the tallest, but it occupies the most space, trust me guys. When I first saw pictures of this statue, I always loved the statue, but I was always thinking first to display him with the, whatever, you have this, you have this mace with the stick and him holding. I can switch it out, but I always thought that looked like the best. But when I actually saw the pose with the sword in person, I thought that looked much better. I mean, but when you see the sword in person, this thing you get a whole new feel for the sword. If you see how big the sword is, the sword goes, you can see it on my unboxing video, it goes like from the top of my fingers like all the way, like halfway up. I mean my arm, like it goes like just above my shoulder, and trust me, this thing is huge and it's heavy too. I mean, it's as big as a real, I mean, it looks like a small machete, like, trust me. And it also feels like that, and when you see the sword in person, I thought it actually looks even better than on the pictures. Trust me, the pictures for the sword version, I think, don't do it justice. When you see it in person, the sword version looks really phenomenal. And wow, guys, and if you see when you look at the proximity piece in front, you can see like all these small pieces and like the legs and the arms, and you can see all those again when you look at the statue. Like you have the claws on the feet there, you can see them on top of here, on the back, on the shoulders, but something I didn't actually realize when I unboxed the statue, I didn't see that first, I just saw that later on. You can actually see the head of the T-Rex right on his back, like you can see the whole head actually there. I'll make pictures of you and show you that. You can actually see it from here. Unfortunately, it's kind of hidden because, guys, if you want to display the statue, this is a centerpiece statue. Kind of putting the statue in a Moji case and hiding him there kind of is almost a crime, because this is really statue you have to look at 360, but sometimes you don't have another choice. I've actually already ordered a Moji case, and so I can fit this in, and I just can't wait till it comes, and I hope it comes soon. And thanks again to Brian from Moji Case. I hope, please make my Moji Case come as soon as possible. I appreciate it. But really, back to the head of the T-Rex, you can see it like it kind of occupies almost the whole torso, the whole back of the torso. Like, it really looks really beautiful, and it's just like the top half of his head, and it's a beautiful look, and you definitely won't be disappointed if you're planning to get the statue. And other things are, even when you look at if you're looking at the sword, it's not just one color. You have so many different shadings from the back of the blade all the way to the front. It starts from a kind of darker yellow, yellowish gold, all to a lighter color, and it just kind of continues. And as I said, like, the paint job on the statue is really phenomenal, and nothing more really to say. And as every single screw is sculpted and painted with different shadings, weatherings, even behind this kind of his knee here, like, these are places like nobody would actually even look at, but still, they really sculpted it and painted it with so many different shadings of gray and weathering, and wow, it's just phenomenal. And that's why I'm really happy with this statue. And if you, I mean, the portrait, this statue I think is the first Transformer statue that comes only with one portrait. And honestly, I can understand why there isn't really much more they could have done, and maybe they could have changed the direction he's looking at. He's only looking this left way, and with that huge head, and the head of this portrait is, I mean, the size of this portrait is really huge. It's, I mean, when you compare him to the other Transformers statues I've had in my hand, I mean, obviously he is a larger character, and logically he has to be bigger, but trust me, when you hold it in your hand, it's as big as, I don't know, tennis ball, or even bigger. It is really, and I'm really blown away, and I don't think this is a statue I would ever sell again, and I'm sure it's gonna be much more valuable in the future if anyone's trying to get this. I believe there are only 399 pieces of this statue out there, and anyone who already has this ordered or has already gotten it will agree with me saying that this is, I think this is a perfect statue in my eyes. There's nothing to complain about the statue, and I think it's almost a perfect statue in my eyes, and there's nothing to complain about it. The eyes, and then the light up on the eyes is really beautiful. You have this huge red light coming out of his eyes, and they might have been able maybe to change, as I said, like the direction he's looking at, instead of always having this left way he looks into, but that's not really a big deal. And maybe I'll just give you some other switch outs. I mean, I'll show you the other switch outs of the statue to give you another feel. I'll start with taking off the sword, and then come back to you there. I mean, as I said, this was a huge sword, guys. I mean, the size of it, just to give you an idea again, like this is the top of my fingers at the bottom and all the way like up here, and this is really like the size of a real blade. And this right arm comes in two pieces. You have the blade and just the whole other arm. You get, I believe, in total four arm switch outs for this statue. 2 left arms and 2 right arms. This is the bent arm for, I mean, this arm comes as the arm, and then you have the, you have the other hand that's holding the mace. Just put that in. Okay, welcome back, and here I just show you the other switch out with the maze on his shoulder, and this version is it's a little bit less deep, but the statue therefore makes it taller. I believe this is the tallest version tallest way you can display the statue. It becomes, we can just measure it again. It's from the bottom of the base all the way to the top of the maze. it's almost exactly 80 centimeters tall with this way. And with the sword version, I believe it might only be maybe 2 centimeters less or 3 max. But 80 centimeters, this is a phenomenally huge statue. I mean, it's not just, I mean, you can see it's big, but it's not just, I mean, it is a big statue, but trust me, it's the character, you have this huge built character with a lot of volume that makes the statue look even bigger. Just like with the Hulkbuster, but here, I don't know, it comes somehow, I have the feeling it comes out much more. Maybe because of the colors, it's a little bit lighter statue than the Hulkbuster, but wow. And if I had a little bit something else to complain about the statue, it might be the mace he's holding in his hand. The connection of the stick and the actual head, I mean, you have to connect it in. It's a little bit loose, but it's not going to fall out because it's on an angle, but as long as you don't touch it, I guess it's going to be fine. But or maybe there might be, over time, I don't think there are going to be any leaning issues, but if I had anything to worry about leaning issues, this might be it, that over time this part might have some leaning issues, but I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see. But even the details, I mean, on this part are insane. You have all these different layers of these metal scales kind of version, and on the inside, on the top, you have this kind of vent or so where the fire comes out. Wow, just beautiful. And something else that always caught my eye immediately when I saw this, when I had the main torso of the statue in my hand, was the logo of the Autobots. It has this kind of shiny red color on it, which I haven't seen up to on any other Transformers statue, and here it looks really beautiful and done a great job. It doesn't light up, it has this kind of glossy finish to it, and it looks beautiful. But I said, like, I mean, this whole torso is like one solid piece, and it's so heavy, and you can feel it, and how, I mean, high quality. This is a really high quality statue, and I'm very much happy about that. And this was just one way I was gonna show you how to display the statue, or show you the other possible switch out. And let's go to the next switch out, which would be the left other arm without anything in his hand. First, as usual, you have to take out the hands. As I said, this statue is so heavy that every single hand, or almost every single connection piece, is connected with these pegs. Like, you can't rely on magnets anymore when it's on a statue size like this. You have to have the pegs plus the statue, just to be sure that everything stays together and doesn't fall out. And here we still have to, I mean, we have to take out the arm. I mean, the size of these pegs and the keys, like connecting, like going into for the arms. Trust me, these things are huge, man. I've never seen any pegs this size on any XM Studio statue before. Here we have another version without anything in his hands, just the hand dangling down. It's kind of the boring version. I mean, this might be for people who don't have enough space to display the statue, but trust me, guys, if you're planning to display this, trust me, the version with the sword is not gonna fit. The sword is not gonna fit in any module case for sure. It's gonna make the statue much more deeper. It's gonna go over 70 centimeters. I think when I measured it on the unboxing, I got about, I think it was 74 or 75 centimeters deep, and that's too big for any module case unless you're making a custom sized module case for this statue. But for sure, if you display the statue, you have to have at least the shotgun you're definitely gonna want to display it with the shotgun, because I think this is the way to go. And I mean, whether you display him with the sword or with the mace, it's I mean, both look really great, and you're gonna be fine either way. So, wow, guys, I'm still really excited about the statue having it here, and I'm still finding a place where to put it, and until my Magic case comes. And let's just go a little bit closer, and maybe to the proximity piece of Grimlock. Trust me, guys, this statue is, I mean, as usual, you get these kind of 3 hexagon bases for the statue, and I mean, that they're really great. They're solid, and they have always this kind of velvet bottom, and beautiful. And trust me, but this what's it, T-Rex? I mean, this transformed version of Grimlock, it's really, I mean, this type T-Rex is pretty big. This is a real solidly built piece, and it's, I mean, like, I've seen the fighter jet from Starscream. That's a huge piece too. But this piece is tall and it's long, and you're definitely gonna need some space for this. And I mean, but you want to display it together with Grimlock, but here in the transformed version, wow, guys! I mean, the teeth, and even this is a small statue, but trust me, man, the details they have on this small statue are really phenomenal too. I mean, the paint job and all the small things, the teeth and the eyes, wow, guys! And these, I mean, this metal spine pieces, and guys, it's insane. And I'm just really happy I got this statue, and I don't know how often I can repeat this. I can't repeat it often enough, guys. If you're planning to have this statue and you can still get it, don't wait till the end of this video. Go out and order it now, immediately. You're gonna regret it someday for not having the statue. Order it immediately. And whew, trust me, like, this statue has got me excited, and I'm still excited, and I'm so happy and relieved I finally have it, and I have it here in front of me, and I can just enjoy its beauty. And wow, this is definitely going to be an eye catcher for any person coming in to the room of your collection. And I've already had people coming in looking at this piece, and everyone was like, wow, like, what the fuck is this, man? And everyone was really excited, and so am I. And wow, guys, all I can say is, again, this is a phenomenal statue. You don't want to wait to get this, and you're definitely not going to be disappointed. And there isn't really much more I can say about this. The paint job is 10 out of 10 for me. The sculpt is 10 out of 10 of me. And I think this is pretty much perfect statue, and I think it's 10 out of 10, and it's pretty much perfect. So guys, wow, thumbs up. And that's all I can give you for the review. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. And God bless you, God bless our statues, and have a nice day.
شجع ترمبولي ويا دخيوان بولي يانا يانا شجع يانا يانا ويوجن بيا بنا عجبت بشانو ما وردان تهلا ويأدين وان جيراني ويأدين وان جيراني بشانو ما بونتون تهلا ويأدين وان جيراني ويأدين وان جيراني جالة تكو ما بونتون تهلا وقلبي ما هيراني وقلبي ما هيراني ترمبولي الشكا ترمبولي ويا دخيوان يانا يانا الشكا يانا يانا ويوجد بيا Oirutanya kuto werdantala Wina nauni intura Wina nauni intura Eirutanya kuto bontuntala Wina nauni intura Wina nauni intura